Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video leading up to The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 5. Now, this is Part 2. Alright, and as always, my videos do contain spoilers if you guys are not caught up on The Walking Dead Season 6. So, not too much to talk about in terms of specifics. I didn't have any specific video topic ideas for today, but I decided, you know what, let's just do a Q&A, because I do have some questions from you guys. You guys have sent through quite a few, and we'll at least do one today. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a new video for you guys on Sunday, because it's just not too much to talk about after Episode 4. It was kind of self-explanatory for the most part. So, first question for this one we're going to start with is from Exterminatorje, and he or she says, "Hey Trev, I have been wondering, are you caught up with The Strain, or did you just stop reviewing it due to other TV shows in the way?" And that's exactly what it is, brother. And I wanted to put this one first because anybody who subscribes to the channel, or watches The Walking Dead, or maybe Game of Thrones, or watches other shows too, watches other reviews for other shows too, including could be The Strain. Could be Dragon Ball, Super, and maybe some others as well too that I normally review, like Z Nation. I haven't been doing every single week, even though I started off doing it pretty much every week. And it's just the lack of extra time to be able to do it. I'd like to do reviews for all those shows, including The Strain, and I am behind on The Strain. Fear of the Walking Dead kind of took its place on Sunday nights because, of course, that was, it's The Walking Dead, right? So the majority of people want to see me do that. But there was a good number of people, I was surprised, that were like, "Trev, where's The Strain reviews?" And yeah, so there were some people that wanted to see that. So I will get caught up on it eventually, probably after The Walking Dead ends, maybe during the break, during the holidays or something. I could watch and get caught up on it. That way, for Season 3, I might be able to do some reviews for you guys. But yeah, the other shows kind of take a back seat. Walking Dead is priority. It's my favorite show of all time, and Fear the Walking Dead as well too, because it's kind of in the same universe, sort of. They say it's in the same universe, but it's its own show too anyway. But yeah, so that's the deal with that. So I wanted to get that out of the way right away and let people know, because I have had some messages and comments and that about Dragon Ball Super and other shows. Wish I could do it, guys. Just don't quite have enough time right now. But get back into it if we get some time later. That's for sure. So this one, the next question is from, let's see, Joe Stookey. And he says, "Hey, Trev," he asks a lot of great questions all the time, by the way. Thanks, Joe, for all the great questions. Big fan here, and I hope you are doing well. Keep up the awesome work. I was hoping you could give your thoughts on this prediction that I have for in a Q&A. I know we have not seen any drama yet between Rick and Morgan, but I think I know how that can still happen. Morgan not killing the wolf will backfire, and the wolf will be responsible for shooting Carl in the eye. When Rick finds out that Morgan did not kill him, this would immediately cause conflict, considering that Morgan did not kill the man that would end up wounding Carl in the eye. Just a prediction, as I think Morgan's decision will backfire at some point, and I personally think this prediction makes a lot of sense. I'd love to hear what you think of this man. Thanks, and continue to do what you do best. That's a great one, man. He always comes up with awesome stuff. So that's a really cool prediction. I never thought of that, but that does fit the bill 100%. Because we know they're going to do something with that wolf. I mean, he is injured. He is infected, so he's got some kind of infection. He's not feeling well, which he wouldn't be after. Any normal person wouldn't be feeling well after that battle with the wolves anyway. But he and killing people and all the stuff that he does anyway. But the alpha wolf, so to speak, I still don't think he's I never got the impression from him that he was like the leader, even though the wiki says he's kind of like the leader of the wolves. I never got that impression that he was like the overall leader. I mean, the guy with the axe was more fearsome, and I have a hard time seeing the alpha wolf, giving orders to the guy with the axe. I just think that would be, or some of the others that were there too, just a little weird, especially since they don't have guns or anything like that, or basically none most of the way through. So great prediction from Joe, and I do like that one, and I'm sure we're gonna see something with him. I don't think he'll starve to death in there. I think he will find some way to get out or do something, and you connecting it to the possibility of the Carl comic book tie-in is an interesting idea too. I think that that could be cool to see. But I don't know if it's going to be him, or it makes a lot of sense, though, that's for sure. But he'd have to get his hands on a gun somehow. And, they've got lots of guns around, so it's possible, I suppose. Next one's from Mark from the UK, and he says, Trev, after your last Q&A, someone raised the topic of the mysterious letter A that crops up everywhere. I thought I'd pass on what the earliest point in the series is, which I noticed the letter A. It appears in episode 2, or season 2, episode 9, Triggerfinger, at about 13 minutes into the episode when Rick, Glenn, and Herschel are all hunkered down in the bar. Glenn goes out into the back room, and as he's walking down the steps, the knob on the back door is turned by someone outside, at which point the camera zooms in, and when the handle is fully rotated, you'll notice that scratched into the door knob is the letter A. It's quick but very clear, and it's easy to see. It could be just a bunch of random scratches, but I like to think that it is deliberate. It's probably deliberate, to be honest. Everything, they put such care into the show. I haven't watched the episode you're talking about in a long time, Triggerfinger. It's a great episode, though. I remember it. Reviewed it and everything like that. It's in the channel if you guys want to watch an older review. Perhaps you could put a shout out to everyone and try to find an earlier appearance. Perhaps we can collate a list of the appearances so far. Is there a pattern? No. Many thanks to you. Great show. Awesome comment, man. So what he's saying is that the first time we ever saw the letter A in an episode would have been in season 2. And I'm trying to think if that would have been at the point in the comic book series when we actually even knew about Alexandria even being there back in season 2. I'd have to look at the years and look at the wikis and see if the characters are actually at that point yet. It would have been close, though, I would think. Pretty close. Season 2, episode 9, and where the comic book series would be at. They might have been Alexandria. I have to look it up. But that's interesting. I want to actually go back and watch that. I have it on DVD, so I'll probably put that in later and check it out and try to see the one you're talking about, 13 minutes into Triggerfinger. So that would be like the first one. And yeah, why don't we do this, guys? I like Mark's idea. Can you write in the comments below, if you can just think off the top of your head, what are some episodes where you saw the letter A in the background? Episode 4 from season 6 is one. We've seen it lots of other times in and around Alexandria. Earlier than that episode, the finale for season 4 was called A. It's in there. It's in there a lot, and it's really weird. I don't think it just means Alexandria, though. Is what I've said before, and I think Mark might be right here. I'm going to watch this one to see if it's just something crazy, or if it is the first appearance of the infamous A. I'm gonna get a marker and draw an A in the background. I think I'm gonna do that. Let me know what you guys think of what are the different times you've seen the A in the background, and if that's the earliest first appearance of the A, so to speak, is Triggerfinger. Great comment from Mark. So that's interesting. Write yours below, each one you guys can think of, and if you catch one earlier in season 1, let me know, because I haven't watched season 1. Well, sometimes I go through them, but I definitely haven't watched with that kind of care to look for the A in season 1 to see if it actually is there at any point. Next one's from Lewis Morris, and he says, do you think this season has had the best start for The Walking Dead ever, and is it better than the Hunter storyline last year? Great comment from him. Oh, man, so we talked a little bit about this briefly. After 4 episodes, yeah, I'd say this is the best season start ever, because episode 3 was just incredible. I mean, even if you take away what happened with Glenn, it was still a great episode by itself, even without the Glenn stuff. And then you add in the Nicholas and Glenn situation, which the internet just exploded. That was the most discussion and kind of shock that ever, seen from The Walking Dead. So compare it to the governor's attack, compare it to anything, it was just absolutely crazy. People were just going nuts. So that's the biggest start ever. I did not think at the beginning after the premiere, I was like, oh, season 5's got this. But if you look at season 5, episode 2, a little bit of a slower episode. I mean, still good episode, but a little slower. Episode 3, really, really good with the hunters and that. But, after Terminus. But I would say that season 6 versus season 5, season 6 has got it. And no other season really compares at the beginning. Season 3's start was good. Season 2 was good. But then you get some slower parts in there too, like bloodletting and that. So, Yeah, I'd say Lou, you got it, man. Season 6, I think, is the best so far. We'll see how episode 5 is, and and I just can't wait to see. I mean, it's so awesome. You know, the more episodes we get, the better, and then you can go back and watch them again. It's so fun. The replay value is great, so I love it. Next one's from Chippy VH, and he or she says also when Derek, I think this was kind of a long message, so I grabbed part of it. When Derek and the scavengers show up at the gate in the comics, you'll remember that Rick, his hand was injured. Let's see. So I think the cut is setting up for the gate scene from the comics. Though quick, it is a very iconic scene from the paper version of the story. That's for sure. Little pig, let me in or I'll blow your house down. That's how we figured out, you know, in the channel here we were talking. That's how we figured out that he was who the wolves were. The wolves were the scavengers, big bad wolf, that kind of deal. Because Rick had his cop uniform on at that time. TV series version quite a bit different, but it looks like we're probably going to see that. And that's why I say I don't think the alpha wolf, so to speak, or the character that Morgan's got is the overall leader of the wolves. I think that there's more out there and that he's just kind of a part of it. You know, he's just a part of something bigger, and you have a kind of bigger, badder leader there. And maybe the alpha wolf was just part of that, you know, section of the wolves, so to speak. Like a field leader type thing, and that there's someone above him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. That would be around the season finale type time range, or even maybe get pushed in the second half, depending on how they use No Way Out. So we'll see. And the Glenn situation too will take up time, and we've seen some of the previews and stuff, so they could fill it out for sure. It could be in the second half even. We'll see. If they do it, if the wolves aren't done, and I personally think they're not. Some people, by the way, in the video yesterday, a lot of people do think the wolves are done. They think that that's it, we're not going to see any more of the wolves. I don't think so, because they set them up for such a long time. But you could say the same thing about Terminus and the radio and all that stuff. So great comment from him or her. And next one's from Andy Hernandez, and he says, "Hey Trev, do you think in order to rescue Glenn, Maggie and Aaron have to go into the sewers to reach where he was last spotted? It's obvious, yes, but how and when exactly do you think Glenn will appear, and when will we see him next?" I think we'll see him in episode 6 or episode 7. Yeah, I was thinking episode 5 now. But, the episodes go by quick. Episode 4 didn't show us anything of the current time stream, barely, except for the conversation between Morgan and the Alpha Wolf. So, yeah, you're probably right about that. I probably jumped the gun by thinking it was episode 5. It's probably not going to be 5. I hope it will be, that we'll see Glenn, but they'll probably hold it back for a while. You know, have him like exhausted under the dumpster, just like laying there passed out or something, just from all the fear and just an adrenaline dump after the zombies leave him alone or something. If he's under the dumpster, in the sewer, I don't know. But I do like that. And we also did see Aaron in the sewer. And was he with Maggie in the sewer? In the trailer? I'd have to watch the trailer again because I don't remember offhand. But there was a part where they were in there. So we'll see. It should be interesting to see. But I like your prediction. Probably 6 or even 7 maybe by the time we finally see him back again. They set it up really well, and they handled it really, really well. And we'll do one more. This one is from Timing Mercury, and he or she says, this for Q&A. In the promo, it looks like Carl gets in a fight. Do you think he will lose an eye? Not yet. I think maybe him and Ron might just throw down a little bit. And I think Carl can take Ron. As long as he doesn't have any weapons or anything, I think Carl's got that. But maybe Ron blames him for Enid leaving. You know, his dad's dead. He's not feeling too good. His mom's kind of not giving him a hard time, but trying to talk with him and that. And yeah, so he's going through some bad times. So, good stuff. So great questions from you guys. I want to thank you guys for your continued support, continue to watch, and of course, excited for tomorrow night. If you do have any other final Q&A questions, maybe I could sneak one in for tomorrow. Send me what you got. If I got any good ones, then we'll do one. That's it for today's video, guys. Maybe a Z Nation review, maybe not. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to watch it. And of course, there's Ash vs. Evil Dead. Got to watch that too. Show is so much fun. And if you like the video, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share, please favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you guys know what I'm going to say. Subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Jesus, almost like you said that over 2,000 times now, isn't it?